appreciate your patience. We're running a little bit behind, but we're very excited to put on a good show tonight. So without further ado, let's kick this show off. Spectators and over 1,000 volunteers. It really, truly means a lot to us and all that community. So thank you for being a part of this event. All right, now, I want to thank especially all of our youth volunteers this morning, our mutual coordinators. All of them left to make home safely today, so they're not here. We also have all of our judges, our ISO runners, our camera operators. There's a ton of people that put this on. I want to give a shout out to my very close friends and special co-owners, Aaron and Alex. We wouldn't have a cent if it weren't for the three of us putting this together all those years ago. So I'm glad you guys are here, every single one. Also, our direction team, we've got Rob Blanchard and Marcy Left, Brian Pascuzzi, and Caitlin Quimby. These four people help us day in, day out, make sure that Ascend runs safe and smooth every single day. I definitely have to thank our Southside Front Desk team, led by Charles Van Sickle and Sean Coyne. This past week, they painted, they cleaned. They're here for you guys every day, doing everything they can to keep this place in top shape. All right, moving on to tonight. Please give a round of applause for Mr. Caleb Hills. He is doing all of the audio and live streaming and tech. He's been invaluable the last 2 years to this. So thank you, Caleb, for doing everything you do for this. I called him last year and asked him if I could borrow like a couple of cables, and he brought like everything. It's been amazing. Give it up for Terry Valenchek, our lighting tech. Then we've got DJ Helen Gentle, Sam Shepard. We've got our commentators, Itai Devora and Amanda Suda. They're going to be on the live stream, so if you listen to this tomorrow, you're going to hear some fun banter, some good wits, and probably a little bit about funny. I want to thank a lot of our media team. We've got Tara Bennett taking photos with her 8-foot lens. We've got Hannah Phillips, who's doing some videography this evening. And then we've got Megan McGinnis, who's also doing some social media and cinematography work. Thank you so much, guys. All right, we're almost done. Quick thanks to our national sponsors, Bird Climbing Holes, Chalk Cartel, Evolve, Friction Labs, Friendly Foot, Gnarly Dude Chalk Bags, La Sportiva, and Wild Country. They always go big for all of our leagues and our comps, so give it up for them. Thank you. And our more local brands, our good friends, people that are, some of you are in the audience right now. We've got Bad Sauna, Allegheny Sport and Outdoor, Commonplace Coffee, UPMC Sports Medicine, Welly, Urban Tree, Vellum Fermentation. That's it, thank you. Thank you to those wonderful people. We couldn't do it without you. And last, but truly not least, and I really want to hear you go crazy for these folks. Gotta give it up to the route setters. It's really hard to describe how much work goes into these events from all of us, but especially from this group. We had 10 of them this time. We have 2 guest centers, Travis Riegel and Gabe Hermanito. We've got our beloved setters who came down from Erie, Jared Rogers, Katie Zatronic, and Connor O'Kane. And we've got our steadfast Pittsburgh crew, Olivia Vasquez, Chelsea Huddleston, Tyler Press, Jake Sustrich. And please, with the loudest applause for my good friend and our head route center since we opened, Ryan Pascuzzi. That's all I got. Thank you so much for indulging me. It means a lot to actually say the people's names once in a while. We're almost done. I'm in trouble. I'm going to grab a beer. So who here has seen a climbing competition before? Who's never seen a climbing competition before? Who brand new to this? Awesome. Okay. You're gonna love it. That's all I gotta say. If you have any questions, ask your friends next to you. New this year, we got these 2 screens.
But these are the top 6 climbers of each division. There's going to be 4 different problems for each of them and 4 different problems for each of them, and they just had their observation period where they were checking out each boulder for 2 minutes, playing around with start positions and figuring out where they might go during each of these boulders. My name is Itai.
I'm Amanda Suda.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in. Amanda, you want to talk about the scoring a little bit for how the boulders are going to be scored?
Yeah. So there's 4 boulders, like we said. Each climber will do the boulder with the man that one of the women's finalists and one of the men's finalists will climb the boulder at the same time. It's a point system. It's a little bit different than what they've had in the past. So 25 points to finish the climb, 10 points to get the zone, and then there's a reduction in 0.1 or a tenth of a point for every failed attempt. So there's a possibility of 100 points.
Yeah, if you flash every boulder, we might be throwing out some climbing jargon here and there. We're going to try to explain it as we go. Flashing means you get a boulder on your first try. Obviously, that would be awesome if you're able to do that. We might see some tonight. But yeah, usually these are going to be some really tough boulders, and this is the cream of the crop of the comp. So we will probably see maybe some flashes, but they're going to be challenged on these for sure today.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what they have for coordination boulders. Last year it was a riot.
I know. Yeah, there was a lot of jumping around. The walls here at Ascend are really cool, especially this finals boulder here that we have. We have like a little bit of slab. There's a big overhang that we have on the other side here, and then a couple of like more technical boulders. So we really try to test them on all the styles here in the finals as much as we can. We're just getting a few last things in place before we get the climbers out here, but we'll probably switch to those cameras here in just a little bit, and we can get started on the action soon.
Let's do this. Climbers, get ready and climb.
All right. Okay, we are good to go. We have Francesca out as well as Max, and it looks like the women's are starting on like a very overhanging boulder here, while the men are on the slab section. Nice. Okay, Francesca able to pull off that lâché kind of move to start off, and then I think we're into like kind of the more powerful section of this. Francesca, 16 years old, started climbing at 10, but this is her, she's been in one finals of Steel Town Throwdown so far.
So Max is making really great work here.
Ooh, yeah, close. Just fell on that little, looks like he had to just like hop to this little boat off of Toho.
Francesca flashes that.
Wow, awesome. Oh yeah, the crowd going wild for it. That's great. That's a really strong start. It's going to be interesting to see how the which competitors do well on which boulders. Like we can kind of keep track of which style they might be better at. And it's interesting sometimes where the people who are coming out first, they qualified in the 6th position, and then it reverses. So the climber that you'll see last on each boulder is the one that placed first during the qualification round. But it's sometimes interesting to see we sometimes have the climbers that are out earlier perform better on certain boulders than others, even though climbers have qualified later. Even the climbers that qualified later higher in the placings.
Yeah, just because they qualified in 6th does not necessarily mean that they won't make it into 1st.
Right, yeah. We've had that in years in the past, for sure. Oh, nice. Max just able to start holding on to that hold, but...
Looks like he's just not able to get enough agency underneath of that.
Yeah. I think, like trying to use that foot as much as he can, but it's like turned kind of the wrong way. You'd love to be able to just like put weight directly down on it, but he's having to like hook his foot around it to be able to stay in the wall, and nothing really to pull down on this boulder. So he's taking some time to rest and figure it out. He's still got a little bit, so.
Yeah, he's pretty well versed in competition climbing. You can see here, he's just taking time to rest, to read the climb. Maybe he's missing something.
Yeah. And it's definitely easier to watch. Like being down there, and like the 4 minutes goes by so much faster than you think it's going to. So it's tricky to manage that. Yeah.
And then with the adrenaline too, you have such a strong audience behind you, shouting at you. You have all the lights on you. It's hard not to just jump on the wall over and over again.
Yeah. and even just managing that energy throughout the 4 boulders that you have for the night too, and especially those that climbed earlier today. There are a few competitors that were able to do the portion of the comp that was yesterday, so they might have had some more rest. But even just like 24 hours after a stringent or after a tough comp like this might be hard. So yeah, they're going to be giving it their all.
So just a little bit about him. He's 24. He's from Columbus, Ohio. This is actually his 3rd Steeltown Throwdown. He's made finals every time, and last year he actually made 1st.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how he's Yeah, this boulder seems tough though. I'm not sure how the other competitors are going to do on it, but I'm excited to see the end of it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see how other people approach that boulder too. They might choose a completely different beta than that.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, I think we're going to see seeing a lot of that. Like these climbers have definitely like different styles to them. So and they're our route setters do what they can, but there have been like beta breaks before as well. So it'll be cool to see.
So next up we have Abigail and Adrian.
All right, climbers, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, climb.
Okay, we've got Abigail taking a look at the start of this boulder. Looks like it's an all-match start on the top of that volume. They're setting up for the big lâché move to open it up. Oh, they were able to span it as well.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Francesca just fully committed to that jug on the bottom there.
They definitely did. I love static movement, so any way to break some kind of dynamic movement, I am there for
All
it.
for it? Yeah, that's fair. Wow. Okay, performing really, really well here.
Great. Making fast work on this climb.
Wow. Nice. Another flash.
They can probably hear the audience out there. They are going crazy.
Yeah. Both performed really well. That's great. Okay. Okay, Adrian getting to the same point so far that that Max was able to, but just kind of touching that one underclingy sloper looking hold. But took his first fall there, so we'll see how he does on the rest of his attempts here. Still just kind of figuring it out. He is more of a like powerful climber. He likes pinches. He likes overhang, and or if it's on a vertical climb, he's pretty into like the coordination style moves. And as you may have seen in years past, he's definitely an experienced finalist here at Steeltown Throwdown. So this I think is testing some other sides of his skill set. Nice. Okay.
Great.
Okay, so he's not using a toe hook at all like Max was. He's trying to step directly on that start hold as well as like do a hand-foot match, mantling off the volume on the left there, and that seems promising.
Yeah, that's kind of how I read it. So going up, maybe doing a toe just to kind of stabilize yourself, but it seems like the toe would hold you back a little bit. And flexibility would definitely be beneficial for the climbers here, getting their left foot up over on that foothold where they're also palming.
Right, yeah.
Because it's getting underneath that moon-shaped hold on the top would probably be the best angle to grab that hold.
Yeah, I think so too. I think everything about this boulder is just trying to stand up on that little chip, and you kind of have to decide if you want to do it with your hand on the higher one or not. Oh, he brings his foot up to the second start hold now, seeing if that's going to work any better.
Nice.
Trying to oh, yeah. Yeah, this might just be like a flexibility check. Like how far to the left can you set that left foot? Ideally on the actual hold that you're mantling on, but I think the more you can spread your feet out there to center yourself, it's going to be more helpful.
Yeah, and that wall is a little bit overhanging. I don't know what the angle is, but it does push you off just enough to make this kind of movement a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, we call this our slab section. I think it is like 2 degrees overhanging though, technically. So, yeah, it ends up being a little bit challenging for the setters as well to like try to set a more bouncy boulder on this section. But they're doing a good job here, like really challenging the men on this boulder. Might be saving up for just one more attempt here, I think.
Yeah, I think he probably has 1 or 2 more attempts on this, and it would be smart for him to rest a little bit. It seems shouldery and pretty tiring on your fingers and shoulders.
Yeah, especially like the compromised, like extended position with the right hand. Okay, they're hyping him up for his last attempt here. It is 4+, so he'll just can run out that timer, and as long as he's still on the wall, this attempt is valid.
Oh.
Tough, okay.
That was a good burn by Adrian.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, we still have a lot more to see, hopefully, on that boulder. We'll see how the rest of the competitors do, but tricky. Whereas the women have been crushing the first boulder. We'll see that if any of them have any trouble on it as we see the rest of the competitors.
Yeah.
All right, climbers. Ready, set, go.
So we have Maya and Porter here.
Porter already starting to get set into this one. He's more of an outdoor climber, so we'll see if he is able to get a bit of a different take on this slabby, weird boulder.
Maya making quick movement on that first movement.
Yeah, that's great.
She did it more dynamically.
Yeah, wasn't quite able to span it like Abigail was, but still making her way through the rest of this one here.
Oh yeah. Quick work, making it look simply easy.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit tripped up here, trying to figure out where they might want to move their foot next. This looks like a pretty compromising position where you have the potential to swing off, and it depends on how good those handholds are if you're able to keep it when your feet cut.
She found the knee bar there.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And just one more move here, maybe. Oh, loses the knee bar for that last move, but comfortably able to get it. That's awesome. There we go. It's interesting now because I think the rest of the women competitors are going to see that their competitors are coming back early, so they're going back into isolation where they can't see the rest of the boulders, and they're going to see them coming back early like, wow, okay, I guess I got to flash this boulder if I want to have a good shot at this.
They hear the crowd.
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
But the first boulder for the women's might not be too much of a separator. That's okay.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, and I like the new point system. I think makes it a little bit better in that regard, where the subtracting 0.1 from each attempt, I think makes it like pretty forgiving to be able to try the boulder several times, but still does a good job at like tie breaking it. So we'll see how that plays out as the comp continues. But Porter's still, also having a tough time on this men's one boulder here. Really tricky.
It's like the women's climb is a really nice confidence booster, really great start to the climb, and then the men's is hopefully not discouraging them too much.
Right. It must be tough to start a comp like that where you're just like, okay, first boulder, I'm so excited to get started, and then you're just like, okay, I'm kind of stumped on even how to get to the zone of this thing.
Well, and luckily, they do notice that everybody's timing out.
Right, exactly, yeah. So I think the ones coming out next are like, okay, well, I'm in for something, that's for sure. Yeah. If like the winner from last year took the full 4 minutes, then I've got a chance. We'll see what I can do on this one, yeah.
So Porter actually isn't much of a competition climber. This might be like his 3rd or 4th, maybe even 5th climb or competition.
Right.
But he just moved here to Pittsburgh. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Remember?
From Missouri, is where he was based out of. But he's been climbing for 8 years, and definitely more of an outdoor climber though. When we were chatting with him in the back, he's like, yeah, this is fun, and I'm just kind of here for fun. Whereas like a lot of the other competitors were like, oh yeah, we've been in like the youth circuit and stuff. He's just he's out here climbing on plastic just for fun and doing what he can. So it's really cool. All right.
Really good start to the competition for Porter.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't feel discouraged by not being able to get that far.
And
Nobody has.
I like that he's like he has like 20 seconds left, and he's like, this isn't going to happen. I'm going to save my strength and, you know, at least save my strength for like the other boulders that I might have a chance on, rather than like throw myself at this one more time. Because it was 4+, so like he could have hopped on here and like had maybe 1 or 2 more chances. But yeah, chose to save his strength and continue on to the next one.
It's strategic too, giving yourself, you know, if you know you're not going to make it to a zone or a top,
right?
That 30 seconds of rest makes such a difference.
Yeah, because it's like it just like starts your rest cycle for the next set of boulders, and I think it's smart.
All right, ignore the names. We have Evangelina and Sergey.
Yep. Sergey's right, but it's Evangelina on the women's boulder. Still scoping it out.
I had recognized her from when she competed in the youth competitions here. She was such a powerful climber, so fun to watch.
Yeah. Okay, this is interesting. I think she's recognizing the knee bar that's coming later, and that's why she pulled up her pant leg. Very strategic. I like it. And able to comfortably make that first move. That hold that they're going to, it looks pretty forgiving. Like if you can just kind of make it there in the right body position, that's a type of hold we call a jug. It's got plenty to grab onto, and you can have a lot of control on it versus some of the other smaller holds that they're grabbing onto here.
Again, making quick work on this, making it look, frankly, like a V1.
Yeah, seriously.
Great work
really
from
nice.
Evangelina.
Yeah, what Amanda was talking about before, where we talk about like separation, that refers to just how we expect the different competitors to be able to perform on each of these boulders. Separation being, you know, in a perfect world, we'd have the different placements of climbers, like each progressively being able to do a boulder like better and better as they come out, and be able to like score more points, so that there's like a clear separation within the placements. Whereas this boulder, everyone's been able to flash it so far. So right now they're all sitting at the same amount of points. So it'll probably be up to the other boulders to help define that a little bit better. Though we never know. The later competitors could come out and not be able to perform quite as well. But so far, right now, if you don't flash this first one, it's tricky.
Yeah, that could actually make a huge difference moving forward. If the later climbers don't flash this, that could really put them in a weak position later.
I know, yeah, and I know that like the other like international climbers have talked about that, where it's like if it's more of an execution-based round of like, can I do this boulder on the first try, or if I can't, like I might lose the competition, and versus like if you're able to do it on your second try, but because of like some silly mistake that you may have made. So it like kind of puts the pressure on a different way. It's like, oh, I guess all of these climbers are doing really well on this one, and if I fall, then like now I'm setting myself up for a big uphill climb.
Sometimes that can really put you in a bad mindset, knowing that everybody is succeeding, and then you're like, well, I can't fail.
Yeah, right, exactly. But opposite problem on the men's side. Sergey, I think, still mostly making it to around the same position as the other climbers before him.
Yeah, were the other climbers doing this under cling with their thumb? The thunder cling is what they call it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that little nub there, and some were trying to do that like a press and hand foot match off of that. Some were able to go to the next hold. That might be a little bit height dependent too, if they're able to reach that next hold up there. But honestly, neither of them look super appealing to grab onto to try to make that move.
No, and that little nub there's a little bit of friction on it, but a lot of it is the smooth texture.
Yeah.
There's not really much going on there, and it gets greasy really fast, especially under these lights.
Yes, yeah, true. And if you're like sweating as well, and like previous climbers that have been on it, yeah, it's what we call dual text style holds. So the start holds that he's grabbing onto now, those are pretty well textured, and you can get like pretty good friction off of that with your skin. Whereas dual text holds, part of that hold is like pretty shiny, and what that actually means is that you're going to be kind of like slipping off that part, and it forces you to grab certain sections to be able to have control over it. So a lot trickier to use those kinds, but route setters love them because it forces you to move the way that they want you to. So
they're making this a difficult finals for the men.
I know, yeah.
My hands are sweating.
Cool. All right, well, we've got Sydney and Gavin out for this next round here. So they're turned around, still not having started the boulder yet, both holding brushes, ready to brush off some excess chalk on the holds before they start.
So how are you with brushing? I know some people love it more than others. I am maybe a little bit of a fanatic when it comes to brushing.
Yeah, I like it too. For me, whether it's a placebo or not, which I really don't think it is. I think that there is chalk buildup on those holds that you do want to get off. But I think it's also important to help you like learn the shape of the hold a little bit better as well.
Oh yeah.
And outdoors, it's like an etiquette thing. You are really supposed to brush your holds when you're kind of done on a project or a climb, if you can. But it does make it more appealing to actually like hold onto the hold to get better friction. Nice. Sydney able to make that first move. That's good. That one seems, it's like, in theory, that could be like a high risk move, or not by risk as far as danger, but more like low percentage move because of it being a dynamic move, more coordination style. They have to do like a few things in sequence to be able to get the movement right. But so usually I think when you get that move out of the way, then it seems like they've been able to get in the zone and climb the rest of the boulder pretty comfortably, including Sydney. She's doing a great job on this.
Yeah, she's making, again, quick work.
Yeah, quick work. Great. Cool. Can join the rest of the competitors back in isolation.
Gavin here, looking at the climb, trying to figure out maybe some other beta.
Yeah. I think he's one of our taller competitors, so maybe that might unlock a little something for him. But, oh yeah, that's tough. That counts as an attempt. Anytime all of your limbs leave the ground, even if he wasn't like established in the start position, that technically counts as an attempt. Though on this one, might not be that big of a deal. I mean, I think even if he gets the zone on this, that would be huge because they're having a hard time on this one.
And just to reiterate, the top is 25, the zone is 10. I know it seems like quite a big difference in the points, but that could change your position entirely.
Oh yeah, big time. And it's interesting with this new system. It's cool because in previous years when we just used to count attempts to zone and attempts to top, a climber that had one top but maybe no other zones would be able to beat out a climber that may have gotten the zone on all the other boulders. Whereas
that's not the case anymore.
Right, exactly. Like that would get you 40 points minus 0.1 per attempt versus 25 minus 1 point per attempt. So interesting that it shakes it up in that way. And I would say I kind of agree with it because it means that like you made progress in like several of the boulders that they were testing you on versus maybe being like a specialist in like one specific style.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would see people who were like just not so great at maybe the dynamic movements or maybe slab, and so they were just not doing so great at those. But then they had one that was just their jam, and that's how they won the competition.
Right, exactly. Okay, let's see how Gavin does here. Might have a few attempts left still, but I think he hasn't been getting such good traction out of stepping on those footholds there. I think he was trying a couple other things, but
yeah, and he seems like he's kind of struggling with the flexibility aspect to it too. It just seems like he's getting a little bit locked up in his hips. Oh,
right.
He's making a different.
Yeah, his foot sequence was different that time, I think. Okay, he's establishing here, able to control that hold. Is he tall enough to be able to get enough traction on? Oh, okay, that was his best attempt. Maybe he'll gear up for one more. Yeah, it looks like he is.
This is a small box for him to fit into.
Right. Yeah, and I'm like a average to taller climber myself, and I cringe at any hand-foot match that I might have to do. So this one would be a tough one for me as well. All
right, we're on the 4+ system. So he was on the wall when he timed out, when it timed out. So he can keep going until he falls.
Yep.
So if he tops this, that'd be crazy.
Okay, hold on. We might be onto something here. Because he's grabbing the hold with his fingers this time. It looks like that's giving him the control he needs. Oh.
So close. That was so good.
That was the closest we've seen anyone, I think. And the difference maker seemed to be instead of getting like your thumb in there, he was able to kind of wrap his fingers instead.
Yeah.
Man, that was really close. That was exciting.
Yeah, he treated it like a crimp. Oh, and we get to see a replay
of the Dyna move, from Sydney. we'll see. Maybe for the next climber.
All right, so here we have Zoe and Josh.
Okay, they're getting started here. Zoe actually from San Diego, California. We were chatting with her backstage, and yeah, going to Carnegie Mellon next year. So wanted to check out the Pittsburgh area. You know, figured she would qualify first in the comp while she was here. You know, just as something fun to do. But she's no stranger to competition climbing. She's been competing for like 8 or 9 years, she said, and really into like that comp coordination style of boulders, but also anything flowy. So we'll see how she does on this one.
I don't know if we had a blip in our screen, but we didn't show her established. I don't know if they'll call her down, but it could have just been a lapse on our screen.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. Nice. Okay, as we would expect, able to make it through this this first boulder here pretty comfortably. Even chalking up. I like it. Mid boulder.
Very nice.
Okay. That's a flash from everybody.
Yeah, she got that done in a minute.
Yeah, that was really fast.
Josh struggling on this like everybody else.
Yeah. So he's quite a bit, I think he's a bit shorter than some of the other competitors on the male side, so it'll be interesting to see if that means he's going to be doing these. I think it's going to be harder for him to reach these first couple holds potentially, but maybe once he finds himself there, he could have an easier time getting to this foothold.
Exactly. I wonder if he was able to kind of use the other hold, the one that's a little bit lower, so he could have a little bit more agency when he pushes up.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if he plays around with that. I think it looked like he liked being on the upper one, but he might need to use that lower one a little bit more to get there.
Yeah.
To be able to have purchase on it, but
that looked really good though.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left too.
Most of our climbers, they haven't gotten into that position until about 30 seconds left,
yeah.
So he has some time to test it out, make a few more attempts.
Yep. A lot of different ways to use that little nub hold. It looks like he's kind of just like pinching it with his fingers.
To be honest, I'm surprised that they haven't been brushing it between, just because it can get so greasy so fast.
I know, yeah.
But that is also time.
Right, exactly, yeah.
And it's not like it doesn't take energy to brush.
I was going to say that, yeah, like people usually like, oh yeah, you can brush while you rest. And I'm like, the way I'm brushing, like I'm trying to get in there. It doesn't take zero amount of energy, so. But we'll see. It could be more important to brush as this goes on, just because of like how friction dependent that section seems to be.
Yeah. And keep in mind, these guys were climbing either yesterday or earlier today, so they might be lacking some skin at this point, which is just going to make their hands not so dry.
Yeah.
It is nice that they had the opportunity to climb yesterday, though, rather than, come in, climb up until finals, and then climb finals. Some people might have an advantage there.
Right. It ends up being a break of about like maybe 2 or 3 hours versus, like closer to 24. So could be a big difference.
Yeah. Josh realizing that there's not really much time left for him to get this, so he's kind of quickly trying some other beta.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I respect it. Yeah.
It's good to try other things.
Yeah, I know that like climbers in like the IFSC circuit have talked about that on like when they start branching out from like plan A versus plan B, and like that ends up being a really big part of competing, especially in this style where okay, that might be new. He's trying it on, maybe not.
All right, he's going to go to the plus system now.
Yeah. Oh, might wrap around there.
Getting his leg up there might be beneficial for helping push him.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is crazy.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, hey,
He knows how to make a name for himself here at the Steeltown Throwdown.
Oh my God, yeah.
We were so excited when he said he was coming back this year, when we found out he was coming back this year, because last year he was a riot on the wall.
Yeah. very creative climber, and you kind of have to be when you're on the shorter side. So I'm excited that even just on the first boulder already, we started seeing the way his mind works a little bit differently to figure these out. That was really cool. It's too bad it didn't pan out this time.
I know.
Looks like it maybe had potential. We'll see.
Men and women are still in the same spot. Since none of the men got the zone or topped the first boulder, they are just in the qualifying order. That's just how it works. And since all the women flashed the first boulder, it's the same thing.
Yeah, this is great. Okay, now we're starting the comp from here, and we'll see, how they do on these 3 boulders that they set for them. The warm-up was fun, and we'll see what happens.
Worst case scenario, if everybody finishes with the exact same score, it just goes back to qualifying order.
Right. Yeah, that ends up being that tiebreaker, but I'm guessing we're going to have a little bit more separation for on these next few.
You would hope so.
Yeah. Okay, this green boulder for men's looks pretty interesting. I'm seeing some kind of tiny holds, a lot of volumes. Ooh,
oh wow!
Good first move from Francesca there.
Those holds are not good.
No.
She made that look so easy, just floated up to it, but that was impressive.
Yeah. And it looks like that whole volume is the zone hold, so if you can make that first dynamic move, you've bagged the zone.
I wonder how many people will see just flashing the zone there, because that hold is not as good as it seems on the screen.
Yeah, and Francesca's one of our taller climbers, I think, so she may have an easier time potentially making it to that hold.
It's true.
Okay, all right. We've seen our first fall from the women. Not that I'm psyched for that, but like this, it makes things a little bit interesting here now.
It does look really tiring up there at the top.
Yeah. Very, very slopey holds and difficult to control, and requires a lot from your forearms to be able to keep pressing into them. Okay.
Wow.
Max doing really well on this though.
Ooh, those wiping off the sweat onto his t-shirt.
Yeah.
That's impressive with that overhang.
I know. This is his preferred style. He does like close. He does like compression style boulders. That's when you're kind of pulling in 2 different directions with your hands. Typically on holds that aren't very good, that require you to be kind of pressing equally on either side. And it looks like that's what this one's shaping to be. And he's made really good progress. That was close. I think he's going to rest a decent bit here before continuing on.
You think it'll be smart for him to rest for at least 30 seconds, maybe even a minute?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem like he'd be able to do too many burns on it.
Yeah.
Francesca here trying some different beta.
Choosing a heel hook instead. That's very interesting.
Oh, wow. That seems to be working much better for her.
Much better. That's awesome. That is great.
I think that was her second attempt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think so. Wow, okay.
That was great. It was so cool to see her try different beta and it work out.
Oh, yeah, totally panned out. Yeah, and it'll be cool to see if other climbers spot that, and if it's going to be a height-dependent thing, like if some of the shorter climbers, I don't know. I didn't see the position well enough to know whether that was going to work for shorter climbers as well, but yeah, worked great for her, and that's exciting.
It does. You can't really tell from the screen, but after she gets up to the, after she after she does the dyno up to the first hold, it becomes much more overhanging.
Right.
And so it becomes pretty tiring at that point.
Yeah.
Come on, Max.
Might be the start of this boulder that's tough, where if you can at least make it through the first few moves, you might have a chance to make it to the end here. But God, those holds do not look very good.
No. I think the volumes themselves might have a little bit more friction to them than the
than greasy holds.
Max making a smart decision.
Yeah.
He got the zone there.
Yeah.
That could be critical in his placement.
Yeah.
So just giving himself a little bit extra time to rest.
Especially from this boulder, which looks super taxing.
Yeah.
Very, very overhanging. Yeah. For those that aren't as experienced in climbing, anything that's that steep and overhanging and tilted towards you, it's a lot harder to put weight through your feet. A good bit of it ends up much more on your hands, and it requires a different set of techniques sort of to be able to have your hands and feet on the wall. You end up having to almost use your feet as hands more so than being able to step down vertically. So then that just tends to require a lot more energy than the more patient, balancy type of climbing. So ending early there to save some energy was a really good call.
All right, we have Abigail and Adrian again.
Not sure if we said it before, but Abigail is actually a route setter at their gym in Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah. So bringing a bit of a different perspective to these comps. They've set them, before. So they said that they were just psyched to be able to climb at a comp that they haven't set the boulders, and that's like an exciting thing then. But trying the toe hook out.
Oh, look at that shoulder move.
Yeah. Oh, and Adrian. I think this is his first attempt on this one, too.
This is right in his wheelhouse. He likes power on overhang.
Right. Oh. Close.
Abigail. Wow, they just crushed that, flashing it.
Yeah, that's you. Okay, so there's at least a little bit of separation of 0.1, but but they were able to do it with the toe hook rather than the heel hook that Francesco is employing, so we'll see how the rest of the competitors do on that section.
They were able to keep themselves really close to the wall. I mean, I don't know if they dislocated their shoulder in that attempt, but that looked really good.
Yeah.
With these overhangs, most of the time you want to keep yourself pretty close to your hips, driving toward the wall, at least when you're going to the next move. Otherwise, coming out can kind of push you away from the wall. Yeah, and it's like it just forces weight in different parts of your body that you don't necessarily want, and like might take more energy to control. So it's but it makes it harder to do like foot moves if your hips are close to the wall. So it's like a balancing act of like when to pull away, when to pull back in. All right, here's Adrian's second attempt. He flashed the zone, and that was such a strong attempt. Yeah, really, really good. Honestly, I'm surprised. The fall off that he had looked a little bit, not like a fluke, but I think he has a good chance of controlling this next hold. Oh, close. Helicoptered off a little bit there. Yeah. I wonder if he might try to do it in a coordinated style where he goes like a 1-2, like he grabs the left, but then in the same movement, he might give himself more momentum and then do the next move on the right as well as sort of like a coordination style. Adrian just waving to the camera there. He does love the camera. It is really fun to watch him showboat. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's like you roll your eyes, but you're still cheering for him. Never rolled my eyes. He was a prominent member on the pit climbing team. He actually just graduated from there last year, but done a bunch of Steeltown Throwdowns in the past, been in most of the finals as well. So he gets to add this to his list, and we'll see. Maybe he'll see how he does and how he places on this one. Taking a good bit of rest on this. It's interesting, like on some of the less taxing boulders, you might see something closer to like 10, maybe even like 15 attempts if they're able to kind of like run up and have it not take much energy. But then on boulders like this, it's like I might get to do this 3 times if I'm lucky, and we'll see how I do on those 3. Again, they've never seen these boulders before. They just had the 2 minutes of observation time to see the boulders, which hey, makes it really exciting to watch at least. So I'm not complaining. This will probably be his last attempt unless he's, has the gas in the tank to go another. Right. But he gave himself enough time to finish it without rushing, so he doesn't get the... Oh, just able to hold it. That's incredible. That was great. Okay. Just can he make it all the way here? Moves. Let's see if he can get his foot up. Oh, man. Close. That was such a good go. If he just had a little bit more time, I think that he would have been able to do it. I think so too, yeah. But at least a really strong attempt to, single attempt to the zone there, which is great. And I want to say, I want to say Max like tried maybe even just like skipping that hold and going straight from those lower 2 to the very finish. I wonder if Adrian would have eventually tried that if he had more attempts at that. But I know that penultimate hold looks a little bit tough to control, especially with like the 2 slopey holds that you have to do the move off of. We have a pretty good view of it where we're at in the commentator box, but we'll see how the rest of them do on that. But again, I think that ended up only being 3 attempts. So I bet that took a lot out of him, though. Yeah. All right, we have Maya and Porter. Porter doing some brushing.
Started doing some pressure early. Maya getting a view on it now.
It's smart to get in there and brush those holds. You don't know, you know, how well they've been brushed before.
Right, right.
Especially with the white holds, you can't see the chalk on them.
Yeah, I know. It's deceiving.
So I'm curious to see how Porter will do on this since he does more outdoor climbing.
Yeah.
He says he really likes high balls and granite. If anybody's climbed on granite, you know it's very sharp.
Oh, yeah.
So he probably has a lot of skin built up. So if nothing else, that is an advantage.
Yeah, yeah. It's tricky. There are some aspects of like indoor climbing and indoor hold. Oh, interesting that Maya went for that as a hand hold, whereas the other competitors saw it more as like a toe hook type of hold. We'll see how that develops. I don't know if that was like one of the few options she was thinking for that boulder.
Yeah, I wonder if she just kind of misread it, because I
Right.
don't know where they would
Where
go
you would
after
go
this.
next. Yeah, I don't know if they would like try to match it and then continue on that way, or like maybe get a heel hook after, like Francesca did while she was still just grabbing the hold you dyno too. But
Sometimes when you're out there, you just do what feels best at the time.
Right.
And honestly, that kind of does seem like what would feel the best.
Yeah.
Just going out to that, what seemed like a nice big hole.
yeah, right, exactly. Okay, but she made some progress there. Didn't commit to fully transferring to those holds completely, but
Looks like they're trying it again.
yeah. That's interesting because they tried it now the other way that the other competitors were, and she was like, okay, I mean, that doesn't feel that good. I want to go back to seeing if I should grab this one, but climbing is so annoying because you'll do a move and then it might not work, and you're like, okay, is this the wrong way to do it, or did I not try hard enough? And like now I have to like go down this decision tree of like, okay, I'm going to try the same thing, but try 10% harder. And I think that's what these competition climbers are like really, really good at, is like dialing in their effort level, knowing whether they've like exhausted trying a certain thing a certain way enough times, and when they should switch it up.
Yeah, this would be really interesting to see where Maya goes with this. Will she keep going to the right, or will she try the other beta again?
Right.
It looks like she's going to try the other beta again.
Yep. Doing a toe hook there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making some success this method, and Porter is too.
Yeah, yeah. Porter able to establish on those finally, and trying a heel hook.
I saw him drop one of his fingers. He might have pinched it with
Yeah.
his heel.
That's tough when the foothold you want to use is where your hand still is. It's like you have to make a decision on like, okay, am I going to move my hand to a worse spot so that there's room for my foot, but then maybe I'll fall. It's tough. I want to say Adrian and Max were able to do that move with like a lower foot. I think their feet were still on like the volumes that were on the lower like kind of roof section of the wall there.
I think so too. That takes a lot through your core.
Yeah.
So it's possible that Porter just doesn't have the core built up to get this climb from that position. Or maybe it just, I mean, if I was going to do this climb, I love staying scrunched up when I'm doing overhanging things, just because, as you can see from what Porter just did, his feet flew out.
Yeah.
So if you stay scrunched up, you have a less likely, you have a lower likelihood of that happening.
Right. Yeah. Anything where you're spanned out, there's like a longer lever, so it's like there ends up being more force on each side of those limbs. Where, yeah, you end up getting your hips closer, but it comes at a cost of like anytime if you happen to cut feet for any reason, you have to control so much momentum, and you have to hope that the hands that you're holding onto are good enough.
Well, good effort from both of those climbers. Maya not able to make it work.
Yeah. And I think we're going to be seeing more of that, where earlier climbers might have more success. Earlier climbers coming out might have more success than others, like we were saying before. But yeah, we'll see how the rest of these do.
And this is Maya's first Steeltown throwdown too,
Yeah.
so this might just be a little bit different setting than.
Yeah, getting used to the scene here. I mean, we do like to put on quite a show, so there's a lot of bright lights here, and the crowd gets amped and active. So it takes some getting used to.
We have Evangelina and Sergey again.
This is also Evangelina's first Steel Town Throwdown, so that's awesome that she was able to make it to finals on her first one. But definitely an experienced competitive climber outside of that, having been in finals and other comps. So, but it's the first time she's here, and we're happy about it.
Yeah, they've been competing and climbing for about 7 to 8 years.
Yeah. Based in Toronto. They drove all the way here, which is awesome.
So good that they missed a storm.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. But I think we might have more people catching the live stream probably because they stayed home rather than come here to the finals. We have quite a bit of snow out here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I'm walking distance from our gym.
Oh,
so
yeah. You don't have to worry about that too much, yeah.
Sergey making quick work of that move.
Yeah.
He was able to hold that swing.
Uh-huh.
And same with Evangelina. Wow.
Oh, nice.
This is phenomenal from both of these athletes.
Yeah. Oh, Sergey's still holding on.
Wow, Sergey.
Nice. Evangelina topping as well. Excellent on the first attempt.
Phenomenal. We got a flash from Evangelina. Oh.
Oh, he controls it.
Sergey's making it to the top. We have our first top from the men. Phenomenal.
Amazing. Okay, that's huge. That was his first attempt. That's incredible.
Wow. Not only our first top for men's from Sergey, but also our first flash.
I think it was his first attempt. Yeah, I wasn't keeping well enough track, but that's.
I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, even just any top on this one, that's going to be huge. That's going to be huge.
That was a long boulder. It took about 1.5 minutes.
Yeah. And I think it was cool. Like, I think he was just able to get a little bit more out of his feet than the other competitors, like setting his heel on like those tiny little jibs a bit better, which just enough to give him control to not pop his feet off and have to control the swing on his hands.
Yeah.
Made a big difference.
You can see when he did lose his feet, he tucked his knees up and was able to keep it nice and close together.
Yeah.
Man, the crowd is so wound up now. This is great.
Oh my God, yeah, that's awesome.
So now we have Sydney and Gavin. Sydney's been to the Steel Town Throwdown 3 times. These might not be her favorite type of climb. We don't really know. She likes crimpy slab and more like calm climbs, which is not this, but she did really well on the last climb. So I can imagine that she'll crush it on this too. She's been climbing for a long time, for about 10.5 years, been competing about the same amount of time. Well versed in the comp scene.
Yeah, it's interesting with these youth climbers. I think these days it's like climbing has gotten big enough where climbing is just like the sport that they do. So you'll ask like, hey, how long have you been climbing? Oh, I've been about 10 years. And it's like, oh, how long have you been competing? About 10 years. Yeah. It's like they just get right into the competition scene. Whereas if you pick up climbing more as an adult, you're like, oh, I've been climbing a long time, but like I'm not into competing. Like that's too much pressure. Like, or they might be like their first comp after like 10 years of climbing or something like that. It's interesting. Okay, Gavin.
Great on this climb here. He flashed the zone.
Yep.
He's already been on the wall for about a minute.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Excellent, yeah. Good control on these flippers, but I think the difficulty ramps up a little bit here because Max and Adrian did both get to this point.
Doing a 3-finger drag on that hold.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Come on, he's really getting himself close to the wall. Oh my God, that's fantastic.
Just able to control it, and
another
nice.
flash. Holy cow.
Oh, and he's psyched about it.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Rightfully so.
Oh my
Look
God,
at that.
yeah. That was great. There were like a couple of pivotal moments there where he like had to dig deep to. It's so easy to fall off these hard boulders. If you've ever like climbed something that's like at your limit, you're like, the difference between me holding on and not holding on at this point might be like desire. It's like I need to stay in this like painful position for like a little bit longer, but it could make all the difference to get to the top. And I think there were a couple of those moments on this one where it was like really close call on slipping or like cutting feet, and yeah, he made it through. That was incredible.
That was some phenomenal finger strength there. He does do really good on board style.
Right.
So I wonder if all that training paid off here.
Looks like it. It looks like it. He's here, so. Nice, okay.
Sydney making this move, that's great.
I think, fell on it the first couple times here, so we'll get to see how she does on the rest of this one.
It seems like she learned the movement. She was able to get up high enough.
Oh, and is reading that as kind of like a coordination double clutch where she has to try to grab those two at the same time, but that's a pretty wide span. I wonder if she's going to end up trying it that way again or read it the same way the other competitors have.
having a good look at this boulder, taking a nice break. Sydney's 18. She's one of our younger competitors over here.
Yep.
Wow, making
Nice.
that move look easy. She just
Yeah.
has it dialed in now.
Yeah. That's how it goes with some of these moves. It ends up being like a learned move where it might take you a few attempts to finally get it, but then you'll find yourself getting it over and over once it's like, okay, this is how it works. I've seen where it failed, seen where it hasn't. Good control on the foot there, but some other competitors were able to kind of like hook a toe, which also seemed pretty helpful for them, but might be gearing up for one more attempt here. Which I think is all she'll have time for unless she quickly blows off this dyno and tries it one more time. Nice, okay, able to make it this time.
No, it doesn't make it work, but that's okay.
Yeah, it looked like she was even like, I think she's tired. She was doing a little bit of resting on that hold for a little bit before going out to grab the one on the right.
It's cool when you can see them able to rest on the wall.
Yeah.
And that's a great thing to have in your toolbox for
Yeah.
especially a comp like this that is the 4+ system.
Right. Yeah, I think that used to be a format in the IFSC comps as well in the past, and you would see like climbers getting to a resting position and like hanging out for like a while and resting back up, and I think that's maybe why that was taken away. And
Yeah, I think of Laura Rigora. I think she was on the wall for like 2 minutes one time or something like that.
Yeah, I can believe it. Probably makes it hard for programming as well, and like fitting things within a schedule, but it makes it exciting.
Yes. I listened to an interview the other day with Annie Sanders where she was on a lead route and she was resting for 20 minutes on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine being able to have that kind of
You can
endurance.
watch a sitcom while you're on the wall. That's incredible. That's important for like outdoor, you'll see that in outdoor climbing as well. Like the lead comps that we have, they are also timed. But outdoors, you'll see climbers resting for like 20 minutes is not like too ridiculous for like some of the positions that and like rests that have been in these really hard like sport climbs.
And just to introduce these climbers again, this is Zoe and Josh. Zoe making great progress on this.
Yeah.
Wow, I think
Whoa.
it's a different approach going feet first there.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he'll commit to it. Oh, okay. I was going to see if he could do that in like coordination style. I don't think those holds are quite good enough for that, though.
It'd be impressive if you could make it work.
It'd be awesome. I'd be psyched for sure.
Go Zoe, this is great.
Whoa! Hey, knees are fine, guys. Y'all can use your knees. And wow, made the difference on this. That's awesome.
That was a strong move.
Yeah.
She pushed up with her shoulder and her elbow, and phenomenal.
Yeah. People might say you lose style points if you put your knee on a hold. That's usually not. I mean, other than like a knee bar, which is a more typical style of climbing move. But hey, whatever keeps you on the wall. I mean, it's all valid, and I'm all for like finding creative ways to stay on the wall, and that might make the difference for people. And it seemed like it did for Zoe.
Oh yeah. And sometimes getting your foot up instead of a knee just pushes you off too much.
Right, exactly. Because if you can imagine it, it's like where are my hips sitting if it's just my knee is up versus my whole foot. It drives it out more, and you have more control on your foot typically. But the knee can sometimes act as like a checkpoint of like, okay, let me establish in the next position, then I can move my foot to that hold instead, and that could make all the difference.
Yeah.
And if you're in a climbing comp, I mean,
who cares?
Anything goes.
Yeah.
It's like I want to get to the top of this thing.
I remember when I first started climbing, I think I used my knee on something, and somebody was like, "Oh, that's so bad," and it's like, "Well, who cares?"
Yeah.
I mean, don't scuff up your knee too terribly much. Right,
That's true. And I mean, I'm all for like in practice learning all the different ways to do a climb and do a move. It's just like getting more moves in your toolbox. Oh, okay, he's going for this feet first method again.
It's good that he's trying different methods.
Yeah.
Because what he was doing just wasn't working.
Right.
And so he wants to see if there's a different alternative beta for him.
Yeah. again, one of our shorter climbers, so that I think this is something that he finds himself having to do a bit more often than others, potentially.
Yeah, and this climb in particular might be a little more difficult for him because the other climbers are able to kind of reach out here, and he's kind of stretched out in this position. If you see his legs, they're completely straight, and so like going to the next move, he might want to get like a foot up to either really of the starting handholds.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I think it's like you want to be able to hook your toes on that big one, but for him, it's like the reach isn't quite there. But I think hooking your foot on like the next one is like way worse, and the holds that you're going to aren't quite good enough where you can just like jump to them and be able to control them. They're not, you know, the jugs that we were talking about that are like you have a lot of control on. They're much sloppier.
Yeah, I don't think that he would be able to toe hook on either of the handholds there. I think they're kind of pyramid shaped.
Yeah.
But he might be able to do a bicycle move.
Yeah, right, where he's like almost like pinching the hold with both feet.
Oh, that's interesting. He bumped back down here.
Yeah. I think just like trying what he could.
Yeah.
Figuring things out.
Still a really great burn. Very, very creative.
Yeah. Halfway through. Nice.
Wow, that was so fast.
I know.
So in first position for the men's, we have Sergey, followed by Gavin. And then for a zone, we have Adrian and Max, and then Joshua and Porter in the bottom. But then in the women's, we have, well, all of them have at least had one top. We have Zoe and Angela and Abigail that have had just beautiful scores, just flashes straight
so
through.
Far. Right, yeah. Francesca just 0.1 off. There's that tiebreaker situation that we were alluding to with like each attempt subtracted just a little bit. But we have 2 more boulders to go, so I mean that gap can easily be closed as the rest of this goes on.
Oh yeah, this whole competition could be turned on its head since we have 2 more climbs. I mean, heck, Porter could come in first, and you know, like, and Sergey could come in last. I mean, we never know. We don't know what's going to happen.
That'd be fun. That'd be pretty be interesting for us to watch.
A complete flip.
Yeah, yeah.
Now this is a hard wall here.
Yeah, the boulder for the women's on this one is on one of our steeper walls here. I think that's about 40-ish degrees overhanging, and unforgiving. It's that for I think about 17 feet or so. So that angle is really going to make climbers have to be creative with their feet here, try to keep them on if they can, or make the decision to cut them if that ends up being the better way to go about it.
Francesca's making great work though.
Yeah.
Flashing the zone.
Okay, this move looks tricky. Having to go to that pretty slowly off of that tiny hold on the left hand.
Wow.
Excellent. And that's that.
Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
That's a
great.
flash.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Oh, she must be psyched about that. That's great.
Well, a flash on that is really great for her competitively too. That way, the fewer attempts she has on that type of hold, the more that she can not only rest, but not be on the wall.
Exactly.
Just not climbing.
Yeah. That ends up being pretty big. Oh, wow. Off screen right now, but Max was able to top that boulder.
Oh, we got another top. I don't think that we're able to see it, though.
Yeah.
Are we able to?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It looks like you weren't able to see that, but we did get a top.
We did get a top from him, yeah.
That was so great.
I think that was maybe his second or third attempt. I think it maybe took 1 or 2 to get the coordination move in the beginning. But once he did, then he was able to get to it. That was sick. Yeah, we'll hopefully be able to see some of the other competitors complete that boulder as well and see how it goes.
I really like seeing people do dynamic movements on this wall. You can get a lot of flow out of it because it's nice and long and tall.
Right, yeah. And that purple section is and it gets a good bit steeper there too. It's a bit deceptive on the camera, but so they almost have to kind of like switch up the style versus if they're climbing on that whiter section versus the purple one.
So we have Abigail and Adrian again. So we know that Adrian is phenomenal at coordination climbing.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. I'm hopeful that he can come in and smash this one. But Abigail doing a good job through the beginning of this one, though.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Adrian
Blast in the
sticking that
zone
move.
there from Adrian. Same thing with Abigail.
Ooh, okay, going for a mantle move here at the end for Adrian. Is it going to pay off?
Nice from Abigail.
Oh, nice. Abigail got it. Excellent. All right,
Quick work.
They're going to head
Less than
back
a
to
minute.
ISO.
All right, he's changing up his beta now. Oh, no, so close.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just got a little bit too gassed from the trying to get the mantle.
Yeah, I think he's just like trying a couple different things, and then you're just like on the wall for an extra 20 seconds, and it ends up making the difference on trying to make that last move. But now I think he's coming in with a lot of good ideas now, and probably has a better idea of how he wants to do that last move. He's going to rest up and give it another try in a sec. Chalking up his knee. I've been there.
I used to love climbing in shorts, but I find myself climbing in pants more often now just to protect my skin.
Yeah. You'll be because your like your shins are sometimes kicking into holes, and like your knees and thighs are gonna be rubbing up against it. I like climbing in pants whenever I can too.
I just want to comment on that, on his when he grabbed that hold, his body went kind of like in a C shape.
Yeah.
It's important for them to be flexible throughout their entire body so that they don't get injured and so that they can catch these dynamic movements in precarious positions.
Yeah, if you're coming into watching climbing versus other sports, the positions that climbing forces you in are like so different from any other sports, in my opinion. Where even for maybe closest to like gymnastics, I think would be the or maybe even like MMA if that's your thing, like putting into weird positions. But like climbing really tests like all the muscles in your body, like plus more that you didn't even know you had.
Yeah.
That's his third attempt trying that move dynamically. I wonder if he's going to go back now to his more to that like mantle style method that he was going with, because I think it just after 3 attempts it doesn't seem to work, and especially if that's his style, like jumping to the next hold, I think he might have to dig for something else.
I'm kind of surprised he's not able to make this move. I wonder if he's just tired or if he can't get enough throw on that second to last hold.
Yeah. It's angled in a weird way that I think makes it pretty hard to generate. It's kind of like a side pull hold, meaning you can't like pull directly down on it. So you end up having to put weight in it a different way.
He's trying the mantle again. Oh, no.
It's a tight box. That the hand and foot there are pretty close together. So like squeezing your body into there, especially if you're like a taller climber, I can see why he's kind of having trouble with that move.
And you can see a little bit better of the angle here. It is coming out of the wall quite a bit when you get up there. So it's not a comfortable position where you can just slam yourself into the wall and rest or pull yourself up to some mantle there. You're really trying to keep yourself into the wall.
Yeah.
So you're fighting for a few different things on that mantle.
Oh my God!
How unexpected.
Okay, 4th time's the charm.
What happened there? That looks so different. It looks so easy.
I wonder if it was just a matter of like going into it with more confidence that time. It was like it's like a do or die situation. It's like, okay, that might be one of those things where I just need to try like 10% harder. Like this way needs to work, and let's go for it. That was awesome.
It kind of seemed like he not only did it dynamically in the sense where he drove his whole body up, he also came up with his hand. So he like pressed up.
Yeah, that could be all the difference on these dynamic moves. Like holding on to the hold you're coming from just a little bit longer could make all the difference. And yeah, it worked for him that time. That was sick.
He drove all the way through his fingertips on that one.
Yeah. And Porter scrubbing all that chalk off.
We have Maya again. She's 13. She is our youngest climber out here on the wall.
Yeah. Climbs based in Philadelphia. Climbs at the Tufas gym. If you've ever been to Philly, it's a great gym. Ooh. Exciting start for Porter. Yeah, some of these dynamic moves can have some pretty crazy falls that you kind of need to have plans for, on like ways to dismount and like orient yourself to fall in an appropriate way. It's tricky.
There's definitely an art to falling.
Yeah, 100%. It looks like he needs to just get a little bit higher up onto it if he's able to, like, I think, develop a little bit more momentum to get to that hold in a higher position. Maybe with like some bent arms, I think he'll have a much better shot of holding onto it.
Yeah, he would definitely benefit from driving more.
Yeah.
On the second.
Oh,
there
nice.
We go.
There it is. Yeah.
Maya making good work with this as well.
Ooh.
Oh, she's touching the last holes here.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
yes, and there's the mat.
Maya does it. That's excellent. Very, very nice. Good top from her. That's going to be important.
Great.
Yeah.
A little bit of a high-scoring round for the women and a little bit of a low-scoring round for the men.
Yeah.
It makes it really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so this might be one of those more like execution-based comps for the women that we were talking about, where it just has to do with most of the competitors are able to do all the boulders. It's just a matter of like which attempt you can do it is going to end up being pretty important for the placings.
I wonder how much that second boulder is going to play into the final standing now.
Right. Yeah, it seemed to be the one that like really separated them out best so far. So if the fourth boulder is like, I mean, we have some more competitors here coming up, so this could still be a boulder that separates well, but yeah, we may be looking for the last boulder to try to even out the placings a little bit better.
The women are just really on form. I'm going to say it's just they are in peak condition. Yeah,
it's awesome. I love watching the climbers like perform really well and like be confident and strong in it. It probably feels really good for them too. Yeah.
He's catching this pretty low, and it's cool to see that he's able to do it and hold on to it. It doesn't look too taxing. Oh, I love a good pinch of volume.
Yeah, okay. You had to try it. You had to try it. I respect it. That is legal. So there's little holes in the wall. Oh, hey, why not?
So on that volume in particular, there's a little bit of the gray part missing. So there's a nice couple ledges of the plywood there. As somebody who does that quite often, I know which volumes are better than others, and that's a good one. But this is not a good wall to do that.
Yeah, I think it's a bit too steep to have much control on. But yeah, you'll see that other competitors might try that. But just like the edges of volumes could make all the difference on being enough to grab onto something to keep yourself on, but maybe not on this one.
And just from a rules perspective, that is allowed. They are allowed to also put their hands into the bolt holds. They're not able to use the T-nuts.
Yeah, the T-nuts being the things behind the holes that you see like on the wall itself. They wouldn't really help much anyway, but that is a thing that some are tempted to try when they're just kind of like climbing in the gym casually, which like, yeah, that's fine, but in the competition setting, that's something that's not allowed.
It's also a safety issue. So those have metal on the inside that are just so you can screw in a bolt.
Right, exactly.
Whereas with the bolt hold, it's covered. That section is safer.
Right. Okay. This one's turning out to be pretty good for separation, I think, for the men. I think like that last move, I think it's tricky enough for them, and then the opening move being a coordination style. I think those are two like lower percentage moves that seem to be spacing out the attempts pretty well for the men. Yeah,
we see it right here. We kind of have three categories.
Yeah.
But we still have more climbers for this.
Yeah. Second half of the crew here. Man, interesting seeing 0 points on the entirety of the first boulder for the men. That was a tough one. I wonder if some of the Pittsburgh-based climbers are going to come back and try to get that one. We're going to leave these climbs up, I think, for the next few days if you come to the Southside gym here, so you can try them yourself. You'd be surprised if you like these are boulders that these competitors have to do in 4 minutes. So it's very possible that if they had the opportunity to like project these boulders and have like more than just a few attempts on them, then they would maybe be able to like learn a little bit better how it goes. But it could also open up the opportunity for the people who didn't make finals to give them a try. And I think you'd be surprised on how many moves you might be able to do on them if you work on them enough. Amanda, I know you competed, right? I mean, I don't know, you might be trying some of these boulders this coming week, right?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try M3.
Yeah. I respect that.
Sergey making really good work on this.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's going to stick with this mantle method, because it seems like he's actually making really great progress with just kind of smearing the side of the volume there with his fingertips.
Right. Yeah, it looked like he was like trying to find a position to press and like pull into the other side of that volume, but it looks like he's electing to maybe go for it dynamically this time.
Yeah, the angle of this wall just isn't good for getting under the mantle.
Yeah.
And that's crucial.
Oh, that was really close.
Touched it.
Yeah.
Did not get it, and that does not count as a top. He has to be able to hold it with 2 hands and show control.
Nice.
Great from Evangelina.
Important too. Again, with how everyone else has been doing all this boulder, I think it was good that she came here and got a quick top on it.
Is that her 3rd top?
I think so. Yeah, we'll have to check with the points in a second, but yeah, her third flash. Yeah, it looked like that was a flash as well. So that's great. I think Sergey's going to try the dyno again. That looked really, really close, and if he could just gotten like a little bit higher. The way that hold is shaped, I think it's quite good if you can like overshoot it. It's like a good bit of like a cup in there that you can get your fingers behind, but it doesn't start becoming a good hold until well into it. It's like kind of deep in that regard. So just like 1 more inch of height on that jump could make the difference between being able to grab it and not. Nice, that looked comfortable.
Yeah, gonna flick up there. Oh, just not quite. I wonder if he goes with 2 hands, if that'll be better for him.
It could be. Gives you more control when you get there, but it's like sometimes harder to release the lower hand, especially if like it's a close call and you feel like you can keep that lower hand. It's almost like a backup, like, oh, I can, it's like a little bit of a safer way to potentially do the move on like, okay, well, I can at least control this, where like even if I fall, I might be able to go back to it, but it might not give you the control you need to the hold that you're actually going to and want to grab, so. It
appears like he's taking Adrian's method with this, where he's trying to go up, maybe not like a mantle, I can't think of what the move is called, but where he dynos up to it, but then he kind of keeps his fingertips on the hold below.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And he gets it that time. Oh, nice. That's great. Excellent. Might have just needed to learn the move a little bit. You know, like they only have a few attempts on this, so yeah, that's great.
2 tops from him. That is really great.
Yeah. Especially with the top on the green one, that's I think going to be super important for him.
That puts him in a phenomenal position. I wonder if he's going to be up in the top 3.
We'll see.
So next we have Sydney and Gavin.
I like the eyes closed from Sydney, centering herself.
It's really important that they stay calm.
Yeah. The crowd does a good job of not doing that for competitors, trying to amp them up and stuff, but it's like, I think it depends on the climber too. Like if they perform better by like kind of shutting out the crowd versus feeding off of it. I think Gavin was getting psyched on when he topped the previous boulder, so I think he enjoys the crowd kind of being behind him, whereas I think other climbers are like, I just need to look at this beats me and this boulder. There's no one else here, and like let me try to figure this out.
Yeah, and then channeling the crowd when you're trying to get through the harder parts.
Yeah, I know for me, if I enjoy when people are cheering me on, and sometimes like I feel like their screams are the thing that's like keeping me into the wall and nothing else. So that's my style at least.
Gavin made that look very easy.
Yeah. This move seems to be the separator though, so let's see. He's staying static with it for now.
Yeah. It seems like that's what they want to do. They want to static it, but then realize it's maybe not the best position, and it's going to be a lot more effort than it's worth.
Yeah. I think that foothold seems a bit too close to make that easy, where you have to like really squeeze yourself in.
That second to last hold, despite the angle not being so great, it's a great hold. And so I think it kind of taunts you into doing a mantle.
Yeah, something that you have like a good bit of control over versus like sacrificing that control on a more dynamic movement. Yeah, I think it's tempting. But, and with that being a smaller box, that could be something where Josh might have success doing that a little bit more statically. So we'll see if he ends up doing it. And with the dyno maybe being harder with it being a little bit further away. So I'm excited to see him on it.
Great at dyno.
Oh yeah, I know. He's no stranger to it. Or he's going to pull out something totally different.
Yeah,
we'll
we never
see.
know. Sydney's struggling a little bit on this climb.
Yeah. Gavin gearing up for the dyno, committing to that straight away this time. Oh, going right hand, like kind of crossing into it. I think some of the other competitors were going left hand to it, but
yeah, I don't think I've seen anybody else do it just with the right hand.
Yeah, yeah. But Sergey needed to try it a couple different ways, or like a couple times until he was able to get it. So I think it's just Gavin like kind of learning the move, and then it's just a matter of if you got lucky and figured it out on the first try. Maybe not lucky, but you know, happened to pick the right way.
The stars aligned.
Yeah, right.
He's getting closer though.
Yeah.
I think his fingertips might have gotten a little bit more over the edge of that, or the lip of that hold.
Yeah. It could be a rest thing. I wonder if he's going to take a little bit of extra time to rest on for this attempt.
It might be smart to do that. These climbs aren't particularly exhausting.
Yeah.
At least on the first movement, it can kind of like wear you out, heart rate, but like not so much on the muscles. But the second move, especially them trying that mantle.
Right. And as far as Sydney, she was having a hard time matching that one hold before going to the next one on the volume there. Hopefully she's able to make it through. Oh, close, Gavin.
This might be a little bit more of her anti-style too. Those are crimps, and she likes crimps. They're not on slab.
No, yeah.
That is an overhang there.
Right. Yeah, one of our steepest walls in the gym too. So.
And she looks like she's looking at her skin too. She seems to be having some skin issues, maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
They are at the 4+ knees down, but we still have Gavin. He has one more attempt. Oh, so close.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, what a good try.
That's tough, yeah. Looks a little bit disappointed about that, but hey, there's still one more boulder to go.
Yeah. He gave it a really good, good show.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to go with his right hand every time on that versus like maybe switching it up with both hands or something, but it's tough when you're in a position. I know that like I can fully intend to do a certain move a certain way that's like different from the times I've been falling on it on a boulder, and I'll like have every intention, and then I get on the wall and I'm like, no, this doesn't feel good. I want to try the way that I think it's gonna work. So it's hard to like snap out of that and like force yourself to try something different.
Or even thinking that you're doing it a certain way than what you are. There's a lot of times where I'm climbing with my friends and I'm like, why don't you try it this way? And they're like, I did. And it's like, no, you didn't. You did it this way. And they're like, no. And it's like, wait. Let's take a step back.
Yeah. And that's where video is important too. It's like to be able to like see the way you've done it. I think if you're pretty serious about trying to improve your movement in that way, it can be kind of embarrassing to like video yourself or like not feel confident about it, but a lot of really good climbers swear by videoing themselves climbing. Okay.
Nice. Josh making really quick movements. Same with Zoe.
Yep. And he's going to try the dyno.
Oh, great. Oh, so close.
Oh!
He had it, but just slipped right off of it. I wonder if he can get a little bit more left so he can bring his right up right away.
Yeah, I think he grabbed like the not quite best part of that hold and like had control of it for a second, but it might have just been a positioning thing.
Zoe's doing great.
Yeah. Having the wherewithal to chalk up mid-route, I love seeing that.
It's funny because Josh had said that he doesn't really like comp style.
Right.
But growing up in the competition scene, he's really good at it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Zoe topping that, that's great.
Nice. That's huge. That's great. That's really important with the several other competitors having topped that one too. That's good.
They're in a really good position.
Yeah. Okay. So
he is so flexible.
Yeah, not even trying the mantle, but it makes sense. He was pretty close last time this way.
I wonder if he takes just a little bit of time to rest, you know, come back in to
center himself a little bit, lower the heart rate slightly. But his first attempt did seem closer, so we'll see. It's tough. I mean, the reason these finalists are on this big stage is like the movement bank that they have and like the things that are going through their head and what we call like quote unquote micro beta, or like very, very small details on how to do a specific move You know, they've seen so much, so being able to figure out why exactly something might not have worked. Your hands and feet might look like they're in the same spot, but you might be doing something completely different.
Yeah, just tweaking it a little bit.
Yeah, that might be what this takes.
Yeah, just not able to get over that lip well enough. I think if he just takes a little bit more of a break, because he took a rest on the first hold, and yeah, so I do wonder if just taking a little bit of a break will be beneficial for him.
And it's hard mentally to do that because you're just like, well, if I fall again, I might have time for one more attempt, but the attempt quality might just not be high enough to justify that.
Drinking some water, that's a really great way of forcing yourself to take a break.
Right.
Especially with these more dynamic movements, you kind of want to just get on and rapid fire.
I know. Yeah, it's easy to. Cool.
Slipped on the foot there.
Still on, though.
No problem, though.
Yeah.
Style points for catching it with his right arm.
Yep. But we'll see. I think each of these attempts have been, I think, harder and harder for him to, like, again, his first one being the best made it seem like it might be an energy thing.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Little frustration showing it, I get.
Yeah, this just might not be his comp.
Yeah. But hopping right back on. Did barely establish the starting position there, which is important.
Yeah, he's just running out of steam here, but you know, kudos for him for.
Yeah, established. That's good.
Oh no! Yeah, just running out of gas there.
Yeah,
Needs
that's
to
tough.
go back into ISO and decompress a little bit.
Yeah. You'll notice some tape on the starting position of these climbs. There's 4 strips of tape. All that means is you need to have at least one limb on each of the places where there's tape, and you need to kind of establish that starting position before you get to start the climb. You don't see it too often, but there have been times where like a climber hasn't established that starting position, and a judge has to call them back and be like, oh, nope, that counts as an attempt, but you tried to start the boulder without establishing that start position.
Yeah, so with the 4 points of contact, it can be in any position that they want.
Right.
They can have, I mean, we pretty much see everybody doing it the exact same way.
Yeah.
But if they wanted to, like, say, stand on their head, you know,
right.
like, and like do a handstand, they could do that.
Yeah, yeah. They have the freedom to do that. And they can climb into that starting position with any of those holds that they want to before they establish the way they want to continue it as well. So there's a little bit of freedom there, but establishing that start is important for these comps.
And all they have to do is show control.
Right, right. It's interesting. Sometimes you see comps where the hardest part might be like even just establishing on the boulder, and you might see a lot of climbers like struggling to even just like get into that starting position. But that hasn't seemed to be the case too much on this one.
There was actually a climb here during the qualifying round that was a little bit difficult to start, and then you had to do a dyno around a corner off of this really scrunchy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I love scrunchy, but
Sure.
I don't like dyno, so.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried it once and I said, no, thank you. And we just have Francesca and Max here again.
Yep. Francesca doing pretty well so far at the zone, eyeing up how they're going to grab onto those two kind of tinier looking like scoopy crimps. Whoa!
Wow. Looking great from Max.
Wow, that was exciting. I love that move a lot. That's sick.
I love a good, I guess we can call it a paddle dyno.
Yeah, yeah. Goes to the first one. You can't really stop at the first one, so
gotta keep going.
Within that move, yeah, you head to that second hold.
That is something that is pretty difficult to train if you're not used to even dynoing.
Yeah. Amazing.
Wow.
Nice.
Strong from Max.
That's huge. That's really, really good. I think he's stoked about that. I think that was his second attempt. I want to say that he fell on his first attempt on the dyno move, the big paddle dyno, but
he does love pinches, and those are kind of pinchy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, made it here last time. Maybe Francesca figure out a way to get to those. But that looks like a tough move to make dynamically.
Yeah, I didn't read it as a dynamic movement.
Right. I'm wondering if you can try to like perch a leg up onto the onto just like the wall itself and find a way there, or see about squeezing a foot into that hole. But I can't quite make out how good that hold is on the volume.
It seems like it would be a little bit tight.
Yeah.
Like, because I was kind of thinking, oh, maybe if it was around a little bit further out, they'd be able to do like a drop knee kind of knee bar in there. But I think that's way too tight.
Yeah.
It does seem like they could potentially reach up to the first or the right hand hold.
Right. Yeah, maybe it'll involve like a smear and like pulling back and like an underhanded position on that hold. But what do we know? We're the ones sitting here, not out there. So we'll see if Francesca's able to figure out a different way.
Nice.
Getting there comfortably though every time.
So this is where I was thinking if she could just reach up with her right hand.
Right. Yeah. Going for both every time though.
Maybe the dyno's the way.
Yeah. But Francesca was doing really well on the other boulders too, so it's interesting to see this one stumping her a little bit and having to kind of see her problem solving for the first time here, or at least quote unquote failing at the problem solving for a little bit, but just like having to figure something out in multiple attempts, which we haven't seen from her yet.
Francesca's really been in the climbing scene since she started climbing.
Yeah.
So she said that she first competed at regionals after climbing for only 3 months.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, that's youth for you. That's, you know, they get them on the comp circuit early. Oh, okay, does go for a single-handed method and seemed to have some potential there, but like reach might have been a thing. I can see why they were wanting to jump.
Yeah.
But hey, this is the last boulder. I think, you know, might as well gear up for one more attempt here with the 4+ system.
Oh yeah, just put it all in.
Yeah.
What do you got to lose at that point?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, she's getting on the wall.
Okay, able to make it happen.
Here the crowd is giving her a lot of love.
All right, let's see if she's able to make it happen here. Doing a little bit of resting. I get it. Oop. Uh-oh. Oh, so close. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Abigail coming out a bit early on that one, but it was okay.
My palms are sweating from that.
Yeah.
I'm glad nothing bad happened.
During normal hours, you are not allowed to walk under that arch for that exact reason. So
probably just a communication error that happened.
I think so too.
All right, this will be really cool to see Adrian do this because this is his jam. Power on. I mean, it's not like an overhang, but I mean, it has quite a bit of an angle.
Right.
Pinches and coordination.
And he loves coordination.
Everything.
So yeah.
Ooh, that was quite a hard fall.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how Abigail does on that move. If they're able to kind of control that sloper before the big move a little bit better. If they go static versus jumping to both. They are a route setter, so maybe they've set something very very similar to this in the past.
I do wonder if the shorter climbers will try to jam their leg in there like that.
Yeah, something like that, baby. Nice, good call, Amanda. Let's see if that works, though. Reach could still be a thing.
Yeah, I think it would be better with the other one, but the angle, it seems like that wouldn't be so difficult, but even just leaning back into that hold there is exhausting.
Yeah. And it might also make a difference where on the wall they might smear their foot, because it looks like they kind of can't really use any established footholds there. No. You just have to rely on the friction of your shoe rubber on the wall itself, which does have a little bit of friction. So the position of where you put your foot to try to set up jamming your knee in there could make all the difference and like give you a little bit more height to make that move. But
this is a tough climb for the women on their last climb.
Which I love to see. I think it seems like it's one that's really challenging them, where the other ones were more execution based. So this is great.
I'm curious what they'll do now. Okay, they're going back to the knee method, but a little bit different. It looks like they got their knee higher.
Yeah, and like scrunching up a little bit with like an arm bar.
I wonder if they'll try the other knee.
Yeah. Or if they just say, whatever, let's jump. We'll see.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever, let's jump.
It's good that they're trying different methods, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Adrian made that work. That looks so good.
And stopping at the first one, too, which is interesting, whereas Max did it as a paddle.
I wonder if that was what was actually holding him back before.
Right.
Because he was trying to stop on the first move. And
yeah.
I wonder if that's what the route setters intended, if they intended for them to kind of paddle back dyno over.
Yeah. And then it's just a matter of recognizing. It's almost like a curse to think like, oh, I think I can control that first one. I'm just going to try a dyno to there versus like recognizing it as a paddle.
Yeah. He's making great work, though. This is awesome. Oh, great.
Nice. Really good control on that. That was excellent.
What a great end to his comp. Love to see it.
Yeah, yeah.
Abigail making a really smart decision to take a nice long break.
Yeah.
I think they'll probably run down the clock until 40 seconds, maybe 50. Okay,
Yeah.
looks like 50 seconds.
Might give them time for like 2 attempts potentially. Yeah. Okay, got there with some good control still.
All right, let's see what they do this time. They're going back to the knee method.
Yep.
The press.
Yeah, it looks like if they can, depending on how well they can jam themselves in there, it might be a matter of taking off that lower foot too to like help get the rest of your body up. But I mean, I think that's where you're having your like security and where most of your weight is sitting.
Yeah.
Tricky.
I wonder if they're going to give it one more go. That last attempt was about 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, last attempt of the comp here, so they may as well leave it all on the wall, as they say.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Come on, Abigail.
Yeah. I like that move, setting the toe on that kind of tricky start hold there that's partially dual text.
It's pretty core intensive that they're able to hold that kind of upside down plank position.
Yeah. Easy. Nice. Gearing up for
Really
early differently, but
really great burn.
yeah, really good attempt.
Coming to the end here.
Yep. For those that don't know, by the way, we did have a qualifying round for this. Those who are just tuning in, that were how these finalists were selected. They were the top 6 finalists of, I think it was how many boulders were there? About 100, I think?
98.
98 boulders of varying difficulty, and these were the climbers that scored top 6 within, I think, a 3-hour period? Yeah.
Yeah, and some of them were able to climb yesterday during the collegiate competition. That's actually when I came in and climbed.
That's right, nice.
And then other climbers came and climbed at 3:30 today, 3 o'clock.
Okay, yeah.
And we have people from both of those qualifying rounds here today, so.
Right, right.
I'm curious to see how Maya will do this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little tricky for her, but she does like the comp style, so she might. I wonder if she goes for like a jump move to those 2 crimps.
Yeah.
As like a first attempt.
Those crimps are surprisingly positive.
Yeah.
I'm not certain about this angle, but
right.
they are good.
And they are on volumes to try to help with that as well, because this wall otherwise is like quite steep. I think it's like past 45 degrees. Porter very close on that paddle dyno.
Looking at where Maya is climbing on the screen, it looks like the next hold is close, but it is not.
It is very much not close. Yeah, like I think that the climbers previously that were like jumping to it, like some were like just barely able to kind of graze the volumes there. It's really quite far. It's just a perspective thing.
I wonder how blind it is to them too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they may not be able to see the hold super well. That's cool. I'm curious what the route setters intended on that boulder, because like now we've gotten to see a few of them try it different ways, and that move seemed to be stumping them. It's interesting.
I'm stumped.
I'm stumped too.
All right, Porter making another attempt on this.
Didn't control that first one.
He's trying to stop on it as well.
Yeah, and he did try the paddle once, but that didn't work out for him too well. So. You don't see that move outside too much, and that's more his style. So
yeah.
But
he's been climbing at Iron City Boulder since he moved here, and I don't know if they have a lot of these type of climbs there as well. They do have shorter walls.
Right. Yeah, it could just be like a setting difference between the setters here at Ascent versus the experienced ones also at Iron City.
And Iron City Boulder, for people who are not from the Pittsburgh area, just another local gym.
Yep.
The climbers here are kind of split into 2 categories. They either come here to ascend, or they go over to Iron City. There's also another one called First Ascent, FA.
FA Pittsburgh, yeah, at Station Square. But I know for the comps usually bring everybody there, so I think a lot of the climbers that frequent Ascend will climb at the competitions at the other gyms, as well as the other ones will come here for Steel Town Throwdown.
Yeah, the setting is different. It's nice to be able to see the different setting styles.
Yeah. Maya actually got purchased on that left crimp that time.
That was impressive.
That's promising. I mean, that could be just enough. I mean, I wouldn't love to dangle off of just one hand on that myself, but
no.
I mean, if that's what it takes to send this one, then it's worth another try for sure.
Oh, Porter getting really close on that.
Yeah, and we know it's possible to stop there. Adrian was able to do it versus doing it the paddle way.
Yeah, with the palm on the volume, that seems to really slow them down and give them nice.
It's like opposition on like the hole that's sideways that they're going to.
Yeah.
Versus like if you don't grab onto the side of there, like you're just still being flung in that direction, which I think is what they want, because I think they do want you to do that paddle move. So that hold is there to kind of build momentum towards that next hold.
Looks like he tried it again. The last attempt he didn't, but
here we see the rapid
not too many attempts left.
Okay, I'm excited for Maya's here though. Oh, man.
I wonder if she'll run back on the wall. No, not able to.
That'd be great. That would be hard.
Such a great competition.
Yeah. This is cool. This is a tough one.
I think we have 3 more climbers left.
That's right.
So Evangelina and Sergey.
Mm-hmm.
So Sergey actually likes lead climbing quite a bit and outdoor climbing.
That's right, yeah.
And he doesn't really have a preference when it comes to a hold.
Right.
Which is unheard of.
Yeah, hey, I mean, that's great. If you like them all, then you're pretty well-rounded. Seattle-based, too. This is his first Steel Town Throwdown. He just, like, heard about the climbing comp, and he's like, all right, let's go to Pittsburgh and compete. And here he is at the finals. That's awesome.
Yeah, he flew in this morning.
Yeah, that's incredible.
But it's not a short flight. I think it's about 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah. Hey, good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's crushing it. So
yeah, absolutely.
Worth the flight.
It's always really cool to see how far people sometimes travel from to come to our humble little comp here in Pittsburgh, but it's great to see.
I remember there was a few years ago that Melina Costanza came and competed, and I was so upset that I didn't make it to that comp.
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, we have had some bigger names. Oh, really close.
That was a hard fall from Sergey, but really close. Yeah.
He's smiling. It's okay. You know? But yeah.
Yeah, I think we would know if they were injured.
Yeah.
Well, you would hope that they would.
That would be
signal.
Mm-hmm. Trying to brush some excess chalk off of there. Friction seems important on this one.
I'm curious to see what Evangelina will do on this.
Yeah, she took an attempt to have to get to zone, or an extra attempt to have to get to zone here, but which again could be a difference maker.
I think that they're going to make a hop up there. Oh, trying something a little different.
Yeah, which I love to see, because what we've been seeing didn't seem to be working too well yet.
Nice. Making it over to the hold there.
Yeah, Sergey making the paddle work though. That's excellent.
Carefully making it up these pinches.
Yeah, patience.
Oh, some chicken wings going on there. Come on, Sergey. Great.
Yes.
Great to see it.
Yes, amazing. Oh my gosh.
That's 3 tops for Sergey.
Yeah, that's huge.
That puts him in a really good position.
Oh yeah. Oh man, he must be psyched. That's tough, because again, the energy thing, it looked like if it wasn't going to be that attempt, even if he, at that point he like learned whatever he needed to learn to know how to climb the boulder, it was going to be maybe like an energy dependent situation there. So good that he dug deep and figured out how to get the top on that attempt.
Even though when people get that hold, they're able to top, it doesn't seem like a gimme. It seems like it's pretty exhausting.
Yeah.
And people are just powering through it.
Yeah. Come on, Evangelina. Okay, I mean, got something on that right crimp, but gosh, having to control that seems so hard.
It's difficult for the route setters to know exactly how to set these boulders. I do wonder if it would have been good to switch the 4th and 1st boulder.
Right, yeah, it could even, just like an order thing.
But the route setters don't know. You know, you don't know what how the climbers are gonna be feeling. You don't.
Yeah. I mean, we do have some that have like competed in the past, but it's like they're making their best guess and they're experienced at it. But again, yeah, you never know at the end, and it's a hard thing even for climbers or for route setters that set at the like international circuits. I like this. That seemed
good.
A bit easier to be able to control if you're able to get there with a foot already on the volume.
Yeah.
Just like getting more of your body a little bit higher so that there's not much swing.
It seems like in that scrunched up position it is difficult to get yourself up there.
Right.
But it seems like once she's there, it might put her in a good position.
Right. It's something I like to call like whether you want to be comfortable before the move or comfortable after the move. Or like if you suffer through some discomfort before the move, but it might set you up to actually be able to do it a little bit better. You kind of have to make that call depending on the situation. Tough, yeah.
Running out of a little bit of steam there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the end of the competition. That was so great from Evangelina.
Yeah, really, really good attempts.
We have Sydney and Gavin coming out.
Yeah.
Some hype from the crowd there.
The crowd hyping them up big time. Yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, just 2 more chances from each of these to see how the top of this women's 4 goes. We'll see.
Ready, 3, 2, 1, good.
Not exactly the style I think that Sydney usually prefers. But yeah, done a lot of competing, so I'm curious to see how she manages on this next move.
I just realized the women didn't have like a true slab climb.
No, that's true. Yeah, that's got to be tough if that's like kind of what you normally like, and that's like your jam as far as like style of boulders go. But that's how it shakes out. You got to be kind of ready for anything in the finals.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Gavin trying to maybe stop on that first one, giving it a bit of a test go there.
It's actually nice to see so many coordination movements in the finals because they didn't have that many coordination boulders.
Whoa!
Wow.
Makes the paddle work really beautifully.
Crazy.
Yeah.
He was able to keep, oh, look at the knee. I mean, there's that again. If you can't get your hips up in there.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I just feel like he got pushed off the wall there.
Yeah, it could be an energy thing. I know that like he did a lot of attempts on Boulder 3 that seemed to be kind of gassing him out a little bit. So, but it looks like if he gets the paddle here and kind of keeps his head cool, hopefully he'll be able to make it through the end of the sequence there. But again, like you said, I don't think it's a gimme up there at all. Those holds are just good enough, I think, but you have to kind of be locked in on your lower body to have control on them.
Took a nice little break there. Chalked up. He's learned that movement great.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what he does here. If he'll get his knee up again. Yep.
Nice. I love it.
Sometimes the knee does not put you in a good position, though.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Just swings right over. Oh. That looks great.
Awesome.
Matches it.
Very, very nice. Oh, he's psyched about that.
The crowd is going wild. Gavin is a hometown hero.
Yeah. He's got a bit of a fan club here. It's great. Sydney struggling a little bit, making it to the zone on this one. I think that was her 3rd attempt. See if she figures out how to make it. But I think she's on the shorter side of the competitors, so it might just be like spanning, being able to stand on those volumes, and like being high enough to have purchase on the bigger hold on the volume that you're going to on the overhang.
Yeah, as a shorter climber myself, I've kind of noticed when you are doing those movements, if it's a little bit further away from you, you're using more than just your core. You're using different parts of your arms and shoulder muscles.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she's having to do that too, and it's just tiring.
Right. I've heard the expression that like when climbers sometimes talk about their core, it's not necessarily like your abdominal muscles. It's just like all the parts of your body between your fingers and toes.
That's hilarious.
Is like technically like your core. So, and that's like what's asked of you on these like spanned positions that you might see if your hands and feet are far away from each other. It's like all of your body is like contracting, and you're trying to create tension to be able to have control on them.
I can't remember where the other climbers had their feet when going to that hold, but Sydney looks a little bit lower.
Yeah.
And that could just be her height.
Right.
But I wonder if she was able to get her feet up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I do remember this toe hook.
Yes, maybe something like that, but maybe not a toe, maybe a heel.
Right.
So she would be able to bring her hips up a little bit higher and push herself over.
The heel is sometimes a compromise, though, just because of, like, your toe is, you know, a few inches away from your heel, so like you might have more control on the heel, but it might take a little bit away from your read. So it's just a decision you have to make.
All right, she has. So close.
That looks really promising. Yeah, that's too bad. She doesn't get one more attempt. But.
And even though she was able to touch the zone hold, it doesn't count because she has to show that she has control on it and kind of make movement off of it or around it.
Yeah. That's a thing in lead climbing where they have a scoring format where there's like a plus system. How that works in scoring, if you haven't watched a lead climbing competition, is you score for every hold you get to, and then you get like a plus if you like went for the next hold. But that's not present in bouldering. You have to kind of control each new position each new scoring position, whether it's the zone or the top.
It's pretty subjective. Sometimes it's difficult to even make another movement off that hold. So if you are just trying to get the zone, you really got to show in some kind of way. You can't just stand on it.
Right.
All right, these are our last two climbers. Here's Zoe and Joshua. And as we saw in the last climb, he is so great on these coordination moves, and I think that he's going to be able to do the paddle dyno pretty smoothly.
Yeah, I hope so. I think that's how he read it too. The way I saw his hand movements in his plan for the boulder.
Oh no, he stops.
Yeah, and almost made it too. Oh, we see a fall from Zoe going for the zone, which was interesting. That's going to be, that could shake things up in the score. But if they top this one, I mean, that would be all the difference because we haven't seen any tops on this one yet. So.
Nice. Yes.
Good.
Maybe he just didn't feel comfortable enough with the last one to do the paddle.
Right. It's possible. Yeah, it might have just been like, sometimes it's just like the trajectory you have when you're setting up for the move might even set you up poorly before you even like launch off.
Oh, he's doing the knee too.
Yeah,
okay.
Why not? Okay, Zoe maybe did it to the zone this time though, which is great.
All right, let's see what she does.
Looks like gearing for a jump potentially. No, okay. What? Oh, maybe playing with the higher foot there. Okay.
It seemed like it was just smart to just try something because she was burning a lot of energy just holding that move.
Right. But it looked like she was like trying a few things on a little bit, like playing with each like starting position of what each type of move would be, and that was an attempt at the jump. So it'll be cool to see if she does that again versus trying out one of the other methods that she was playing around with up there.
Joshua being able to repeat that move. He's like practically horizontal.
Yeah. Seeing some shaking out, trying to get the lactic acid out of the forearms there. They've been at this for quite a while. Fatigue is definitely going to start being a thing, especially on the top of this steep wall. I know those holds are, I think, not as good as you want them to be, especially after the big jumpy move there and at the end of the comp.
And I wonder if skin is becoming an issue too, especially for the male competitors, because they were, I mean, these dynamic movements, these coordination moves take your skin.
Oh, big time, yeah. Okay, he's figured that one out pretty well though.
Yeah. He can just get his knee over there, or even doing this.
Yeah, like a heel drop knee kind of situation.
Great, wow.
That's awesome.
Come on.
Oh, using the volume even too to help stabilize for this last jump.
Awesome. That is so great.
And makes it.
To get it. Oh, and like yes.
Yeah.
Look at that showboating.
Nice. Oh, he's psyched about that.
Love to see it.
Yeah.
Great way to finish a competition.
Yeah. Amazing.
Hats off to the route setters for making that the last of the men's. Oh man, we love to see it.
Very exciting.
So that is the end of our men's competition here. We still have 20 seconds left for the women's.
Probably gearing up for one more attempt here, but yeah, Zoe didn't look too much closer to figuring out that move either. I'll be chatting with the route setters after this comp. I'm gonna be like, oh, are you supposed to do that last boulder?
I bet if they came back like the next day,
yeah,
they'd be able to do it no problem.
I think so too. Come on, Zoe.
You can see her little flush in her cheeks. It looks like she's just so tired.
Yeah.
Great competition for all of the women and men here. This was phenomenal.
Yeah, love seeing it.
So I think we'll just take some time while they tally up the scores and see who's the winner.
Yeah.
What an energetic finals competition. This was so fun to see.
Yeah. Great boulders and like different styles for the men and women too, like versus execution based versus like just figuring out the moves themselves. But here we have the placings.
This is great. Sergey got 3 tops, putting him in first, followed by Gavin and Max, and then Adrian, Joshua and Porter.
Yeah.
And then Zoe also being in first, tied. Oh my gosh, the first
four-way tie.
So this goes to count back.
Wow, great execution from all of them there. And yeah, I think it's just going to be a matter of going back to the qualifying round to see how they did there, and I think that's going to end up being how the final placings shake out. But wow, great work from them there. I mean, great work to all the competitors though.
This really shows how important it is to qualify in a good spot so that when it does have to go to count back like here, you are in a good position.
Yeah, exactly. Man, looking at Gavin and Max, just 2 attempts separating their scores, that making all the difference. Where did that pan out? It looks like Max took, it's kind of hard to, I think like 4 extra attempts on his versus just 2 extra attempts from Gavin.
Well, on Gavin, he flashed the second boulder.
Right, yeah. He and Sergey, and which helped a lot, whereas, so Max didn't get first attempt for any of them. He did second attempt to zone on the second boulder and took 4 attempts to top the third, and then I think 2 attempts to zone or to top the last one.
Getting just the zone on the men's second climb was impressive, and then having 2 flashes on that, wow.
Yeah, and that ended up being what determined like first and second too. It's cool to see how that shakes out.
Sergey did such a great job at this competition.
Yeah.
He was very strong, and great job to the route setters for having a separation in the men's. And I mean, it's unfortunate with the women's, but that's okay.
Yeah. I'm sure they still had fun. They looked like fun boulders at least, for sure.
I'm curious to speak with them and see if they had a good time.
Yeah, we'll check them out. Check it out after.
All right, everyone, we're gonna announce our winners. Take some photos. Give away some cold hard cash. All right, this is our biggest prize pool yet. First place win $1,000.
That's it. It's done.
Zoe, how does that work?
What do you mean?
The tie.
Yeah, but what you sent us from Kyle, there were no ties going into finals, so their qualifying scores.
And they weren't tied.
They were not tied coming into finals.
All right. We're going to start with the women. We did have some ties here during finals, so we had to go back to your qualifying score, and that's how this is being separated. So we're going to start with 6th place, bring everyone else out in order after that. So give it up for Sydney Cass. Next up, Maya Glover.
Maya, are you still here? All right, we'll hang tight. We'll move on, though, to Francesca. All right, in third, give it up for Abigail Cancian. All right, in second place, Evangelina Briggs. All right, and finally in first, Zoe Yee. We put all of our finalists on the final challenge, the Bosu Ball. All right, give it up for our competitors. Thank you so much. All right, cool. Moving on to the men. All right. In sixth, with a valiant effort, Porter Geddes. In fifth, give it up for Josh Platko. In fourth place, the one and only Adrian Lagasse. In third, Mr. Max Daly. In second, Gavin Euchers. And in first, let's go big for Sergey. All of your cards. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you to our competitors. Everyone get home safely. No rush to leave, though. Enjoy another drink. Have fun. Thank you so much for coming. Be safe tonight.
All right, thank you all for watching. That's the end of the comp. Super awesome boulders. That was so fun. What did you think, Amanda?
That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Zoe came out from San Diego. What was it? Yeah, San Diego, California.
San Diego, California.
And then Sergey came out from Seattle.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
hopefully it was worth their flight.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad they're putting Pittsburgh on the map, and they're like, oh yeah, let's try out this comp in Pittsburgh.
First time and winning it.
Yeah, and Zoe well, hopefully we'll see more of Zoe. She's heading to Carnegie Mellon next year for school, so maybe we'll see her in future comps. It's awesome.
Well, thank y'all for coming out and enjoying the 10th anniversary of the Steeltown Throwdown Finals.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll see you on the next one. But thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.